Hello, my name is Michael Parker. I'm the Master Trainer and the founder of Forge Online Personal Training. It is a fitness and nutrition coaching company. Today, I would like to address two corrective exercise strategies for conditions that affect a lot of people, especially endurance athletes, typically runners. And we're going to address the iliotibial band syndrome and the patellofemoral syndrome. And most athletes or individuals, they typically assume that the site of pain is the cause of pain, but that's not always the way that our bodies work. So more often than not, we see that it's a reciprocal or synergistic muscle in that contraction chain of the pain site that could be causing the malalignment or altered joint function. So first I'm going to give kind of an overview of the two syndromes, and then I'm going to show you corrective exercise strategies to hopefully improve your mobility. So I'll start with IT band syndrome. It is really the result of inflammation and irritation to the distal portion of the Achilles tendon as it rubs against the lateral femoral condyle. And that's typically referred to as runner's knee, and that can be a real pain. Basically, it's the lack of flexibility in the tensor fasciolata, which can result in greater levels of tension on the IT band, especially during that stance phase of the running cycle. And that can be really frustrating for a runner because it's typically related to overuse, or it could be an abnormal gait or just poor running mechanics. So athletes of all sports can kind of be affected by the syndrome, but it typically goes to runners or people who sit a lot. So muscle groups in the kinetic chain may also result in development of IT band syndrome weakness, like in the hip adductor muscles. You also have the glute medius. Typically we see synergistic dominance of the TFL, which will create frontal plane instability. Plus it places a ton of stress on the IT band, and it adds additional friction to the support tissues, and it results in additional inflammation, and it can increase your Q angle, which is not good. But with the Patellofemoral Syndrome, one of the most commonly accepted causes of this condition is an abnormal tracking within the femoral trachea. I never say that right. And it's not properly aligned with that track. So the stress per unit area on the patellar cartilage increases, and that reduces the contact area between the patella and the track, and that hurts. The result of this abnormal tracking, it can contribute to static and dynamic lower extremity malalignment, which can increase femoral rotation externally, adduction in the valgus of the knee, which bumps in, and that can tend to compromise muscular, which supports the knee, and it can put a heavy burden on connective tissue throughout the entire lower extremities, even the low back. So typically we see a good deal of synergistic dominance in the glutes, as the medial glutes tend to lose mobility, and the body finds a way to compensate, and it usually shifts the load to the TFL, and that can cause additional pain and can totally alter your joint alignment. I found I'm bouncing on my stability ball here. I gotta stop doing that when I record these videos. Anyway, so that's a really brief overview of these two syndromes, and the corrective exercise strategies are very similar for both of them, and we're just gonna dive right into those now.